Okay, joining us now by Zoom, Lawrence Levy. He is the Executive Dean of Hofstra University's National Center for Suburban Studies.
Also spent many years as a journalist covering Long Island politics. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
So you've covered New York politics for a long time. What's your reaction to the congressman being charged?
Well, politically, the big picture is that, for one thing, George Santos will not be a congressman representing the 3rd District on Long Island in Queens after his term expires, if it even lasts much more than a couple of months.
And how confident are you that it is going to last a couple of months, or will be cut short?
Well, 40 years of covering politics, I've learned not to disagree with Peter King. But it looks like that in addition to this incredible velocity for a legal case, I mean, the law enforcement agencies moved with the kind of speed you almost never see. It also looks like the political machinery is in high gear. Kevin McCarthy did say, gave himself a little time there in terms of waiting for the ethics committee. But if he does decide to send it to the full House for a vote, it's completely certain that Santos would be voted out. The Nassau Republican Committee has already said that they want nothing to do with him. They're obviously trying to make up for some of the embarrassment in running a candidate who was caught in these lies and potential crimes. So the world is moving against George Santos, both legally and politically.
But that vote is a key Republican vote when it comes to the debt limit and so many other votes that are on the way. So what do you think the plan is going forward, especially for the New York Republican Party?
Well, political leaders are always calculating. They're looking for 50% plus one to tell them which way to go. For McCarthy, up until the indictments, as you mentioned, the Republicans have a narrow majority. They've got some big votes coming up. George Santos may be a pariah among his own people, and he's not serving on any committees. And ironically, he was one of 35 members of Congress who signed a bill to recoup unemployment benefits and others during the pandemic that were wrongly accessed. And of course, that's one of the things he's been charged with. But, again, the political calculation is that now his presence may be more damaging to the Republican Party, both in Washington and on Long Island and in Queens, than the benefit of having that extra vote.
Lawrence, when you see him standing out in front of the courthouse yesterday in front of all the microphones and saying, of course, going to the standard witch hunt line and vowing to fight, how frustrating is this for the people in his district, his constituents, to see that looks like they've got him from what they're saying and from what we've been reporting for months on this guy, that he is going to continue to maintain this fight and not give the people what they want, which is him out.
Right. Well, the line is that you're innocent until proven guilty, but that applies to the court of law. It doesn't apply to the court of public opinion. And since these revelations have been coming out shortly after his election, the voters in the district, all the man and women on the street stories showed an overwhelming lack of support, would be a mild way of putting it, for the congressman. He has no political future, certainly in this area. Maybe he'll move somewhere else and take another identity and try again somewhere. But he has absolutely no chance of being a member of Congress or any other elected office in the area. And one of the reasons is that he has been completely rejected by those voters that you referenced to, as well as by the political machinery, the organizations that are needed to support it.
Hofstra University Executive Dean Lawrence Levy, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us this morning.
Well, thanks for having me.
No, thanks so much.